Alright, here we are starting up our own Kerbal Space Program. Now, my intent is to make several videos cataloging our progress into space. Some of these videos may be very helpful, some of them may be catastrophic, some may be very boring, some may be very humorous. My plan is to try to do this on the quote-unquote world stage, very much as the US and to a lesser extent Russia did in the 1960s. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and embark. We're going to go ahead and start a new game, and we'll do this in career mode. And I've always been pretty fond of the capsule flag, so I think that's what we'll use this time around. And here we are, at our very own space complex. Very advanced, I must say, for a group just starting out. Normally I will probably edit the tweaking of rockets out, unless there is a particularly interesting thing or difficult thing that I'm working on that I feel I'd like to share, but I'd like to keep that kind of stuff close to the vest. So we're going to start with our very first rocket here, hopefully get a little bit of science going. And it has been a while since I've played, so the controls elude me, but that'll be fine. You don't need to know how to fly a spaceship. It appears that we don't even have the ability to jettison modules at the moment, so that could be problematic for our first rocket here. Let's hope that that parachute can handle the load. And away we go. Good old Jebediah at the helm. He is, of course, an expert in our newly acquired space program here. Our electrical charge seems to be working. Modern propellant looks good. Liquid fuel is fine. We have no stabilizer, so this is just going to be a straight up shot. And already a problem. We would have launched the parachutes at the same time. We'll fix that glitch. And the Kerbal Space Program shall begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Mission clock is running. T plus 7 seconds now. Jebediah is doing fine. We are climbing quite rapidly. Experienced some pretty significant G's as we took off. We are approaching the third of a fuel mark. And coming up on the end here. Hopefully we're not going to gain too much sideways momentum, as it would be very difficult for our ground crews to recover us with our lack of any form of defined infrastructure. I'll go ahead and take a crew report. Shore's looking inviting. We're going to keep that data. We're going to do a quick EVA. We're going to get an EVA report. This is a most precarious situation. It certainly is. Go ahead and get him back in there. And we've started our pretty rapid descent. Keep in mind, I did my best to get Jebediah out of the capsule when we were not moving at over 100 meters a second. He's very excited here. Very happy to be part of our hopefully first successful launch. We didn't really go anywhere to speak of, but hopefully we got enough data that we'll be able to build a multiple stage rocket, which will of course allow us to go up a bit higher, maybe into a suborbital, and not have to worry about tearing open our parachute on the way down. Alright, at about 4,000 kilometers, or 4 kilometers I should say, I always like to deploy my chute, get a little bit of drag before it opens. And it should be opening at about 800 meters. 500 meters. There we go. And of course, we traveled pretty far. Definitely couldn't have gotten here any other way other than by rocket. And I think that's important, is that we are furthering the traveling abilities of the Kerbals. Now I should point out, in kind of a rookie mistake, I could have taken an observation while I was on the platform. That kind of stuff maybe would have helped me advance science a little bit faster. But I mean, other than an explosion at the end, that went pretty well. So we'll go ahead and recover this as our first successful mission, roughly 3 minutes in. So nice job, team.